So the crucial thing for me is that when you come into any maneuvers, don't get too slow. If you're slow, Hannah, the boat's going to just load up and you put a lot of risk on yourself.
And there are your standings right now. Remember, it's only the top 2 teams on points that will move into the event final, Hannah. Australia looks good. The Black Foils look good. Spain on the outside looking in, as is DS Team France.
Yeah, that's right. And I think if you're Spain and France, you've really got to be gunning to win this race. Lining up quite near the back of the box, and I think it's going to be working out that time and distance to make sure you're going as fast as you can at start time.
So here we go. It's the calm before the chaos. Under 30 seconds to go for the start of Group A. As they get lined up, Stevie, it looks like they're coming back awfully early.
Well, Australia and Denmark, to me, look like they've pushed each other close to the line. We can see out the back, Los Gallos, Black Foils. They're the 2 in a real match race to get to that final at the moment. Well, they're charging in so fast. DS Automobile France will have a gap at the bottom of the line. They've got to make sure there's a bit of an incident potentially coming. Spain, that's too aggressive, surely. Perfect timing by Los Gallos, but I would not be surprised if we hear more about that. Brilliant reactions from De La Pierre to open the gap. The Spanish, well, they need to be brave, and at the top of the line, the Black Foils, they need to be brave. They were. Remember, top speed round this mark for these boats. We've got to be careful when they get up to 75, but do not expect anyone to take their foot off the pedal as we turn away at Mark 1.
So it's Diego Botín and Los Gallos, Spain, that roll the dice, and it comes up Yahtzee at the line as they hit mark number 1, and the Spanish will have the whole shot just ahead of the Black Foils of New Zealand.
Just to let you know, Todd, I've just spoken to Chief Umpire Craig Mitchell. That was perfectly judged, apparently. That was absolutely spot-on judgment. They threaded the needle, and I have to say, that was surgical precision.
4, 2, 1, turning.
Bit of an issue dropping the board. Big splash in the water. See that white splash? That just suggests the foil hit down a bit hard on the drop, but they've recovered, smoothed the boat out nicely. Black Foils follow. And the Bonds Flying Rouge have split away first. They're going to be looking for a split at the bottom of the course, I'd imagine. Slowly work their way up through the fleet.
Home team Canada, they also make the move. Looks like they're going to off that right-hand side. Here comes Mubadala, Brazil, awfully close to Canada.
Yeah, they've got to keep clear. They were late reacting. Slightly new crew lineup. They got a bit slow, late dropping the board. Didn't match the North Star Canada team. North Star are back in. New Zealand, they're off the foils. Got a bit slow on the bottom mark rounding. And North Star have perfectly executed that. Bonds Flying Rouge, they get that manoeuvre round as well. A lot of places lost by the Black Foils here as they're going to come out of the boundary. And it's Rockwool Denmark that split the course. They need some luck here to get themselves back in the race.
I think this is one of those scenarios where actually splitting from the group could be a bit of an advantage, even if it is the wrong way. It can be super light in that top corner out by the wharfs there with all the spectators. So it'll be all on to see who comes out of that corner well.
And look at the speed across the course right now, 23.8 kilometers an hour is the wind speed. Lisa Darman, and you're down on the water. What's it looking like? Where's the favorable side?
I think it looks to me like there's still been a little gain to those boats that did turn into the fans on the shore there right now. Los Gallos have stretched. Black Foils just didn't execute a good bottom mark rounding there. They got themselves a little bit sort of high and wobbly on the exit, and that's just cost them now. They're in a really tricky position. Normally you might think to move away here, but they've got to wait till they get to a point where they can make gate 3 and 2 more manoeuvres. They've got to be patient to try and give themselves an opportunity later on. We're going to come back to the start. We're on board the Spanish boat. On the front of the Spanish boat, we're not going to really see exactly where the French are here. We might see someone come into view, but wow, Diego Botín, he had a surgical gown on for this one. He's a braver man than me coming in here. Toward legs up, brace, brace, brace. Look at the he just nips through. Goodness only knows what it looked like on board that, but look at that. I mean, going nearly 40 kilometers an hour faster. Here we go, on board the French. This will be an interesting view. So, right-hand side of the screen is where the Spanish are going to come from.
Look at this.
They've got to keep clear. They've got to be sure they're ahead. Oh, I mean, there must have been, well, there was clear. The umpires called it clear, but yeah, fair play. That's braver than I would be.
Back to live racing here on leg 3 of 7. This is Group A in split fleet racing here at SailGP as we get ready for an event final with 4 boats instead of the normal 3. It is a split course situation right now as the home team, North Star Canada, they'll opt for the other side. The Bonds Flying Rouge, they will follow Los Gallos, Spain. Well, I'll tell you what, Canada, they could send their fans home happy, Stevie, if they can find a way to win this race.
Yeah, I think, you know, Canada, yes, they desperately need to hang on to second here and then hope they get another race to, you know, get going. But the breeze looks great, so they should have that opportunity. And then for New Zealand and Spain, this will mean New Zealand, the black foils, are behind Los Gallos. This will put Los Gallos into the top 2 in this group. And again, let's have a little reminder. You've only got to be in the top 2 in your group. That's when you get to meet the other team. So it's a race within a race right now. Bons Flying Rouge, masterclass, but they're not going to struggle. They're going to struggle to catch the Spanish from here.
Leg 4 of 7 here for group number A, so they're more than halfway home. Let's check in down on the water once again. Lisa Darmanin, is there a more favorable side of the course? What are you seeing?
Yeah, obviously everybody's favouring this turn, what the Spanish are about to do, getting into that grandstand. I think the pressure is sort of funneling down this side. There's also a nice little shear, so you get to sail less distance. And throughout the day, we are expecting the wind to rotate that way. So seems to be paying at the moment, that's for sure. But these boats look like a handful.
No question about it. Thanks, LD, as they make that turn. It's first Los Gallos, Spain, then North Star, Canada. The Bons Flying Rouge, who won both races yesterday, they're well positioned as well, and they are sailing with all kinds of confidence. Hannah Diamond, and that's a dangerous thing for the rest of the fleet.
They're really hot on the heels of the Canadians now, just working up. That's exactly what they did at the last mark rounding as well. Just put some pressure on and did a better execution at that mark rounding to take place.
You can see it just comes down sometimes to how you do what we'd call the basics really, really well. And they just kept the boat a little bit lower in the water, a little bit more sideways grip on the boat. Flight control there, Jason Waterhouse, will have been working really hard on the foil angles, keeping the balance in the boat, and then you make a couple of meters gain, you get yourself pressurizing the boat up front. But North Star right now, they've done a nice recovery, got themselves right in front of the home fans. Expect there'll be a bit of extra motivation to go faster. We're back on board here. See Annie, she comes down, she's having a look. That's because the wind's coming over the left-hand side of the boat. They're on what we'd call port tack. They do not have the right of way. Got to be checked you're clear.
It's like Mubadala Brazil is done in this race as their short crew has come aboard to help them out. Paul Goodison has taken over the driving duties, and Martini Grail sitting in the strategist position. We'll try to get some information on what happened there. Meanwhile, the racing goes on with Los Gallos, the champions of Season 4, out in front. Here comes North Star Canada putting the pressure on the Bons Flying Rouge, who are probably safely into the 4-boat final. And then you have the Black Foils of New Zealand. Pete Burling back on the line. Stevie looking very fast in their return.
Yeah, they're right in it, aren't they? And they'll be tight with the Bons Flying Rouge when we get to the top of the course here. The Black Foils are going quick. North Star have got to be careful. They've got to keep clear of the Bons Flying Rouge. So this is a big moment here for North Star. Can they cross? Time to be brave. Giles Scott is brave.
Yep.
But yeah, Black Foils are right back in this. I suspect, yeah, it sounded like you heard Blair Took say we could go for a left turn lay. So he's saying let's try and set ourselves up to turn left at the top. I suspect he's anticipating most of the other boats will turn right. If you can get going a different way, Hannah, that's how you hope to make an overtake. It's unlikely you're just going to sail past them with just speed alone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And you need a few things to go your way, but I think especially knowing that they're going down to the middle of the course and then to the finish, you've got a few less options, but splitting from the fleet can be an option for you.
Here, North Star, they set up, they're going to spin in front of the Australians. Bons Flying Rouge have got no space in there. Oh, Slingsby, what a cat-like reactions. Oh, that was a really good reaction. Yes, we are going to see a split here, so there's an opportunity for the Black Foils. Slingsby, that's pretty wise hands there. See, it gets a bit tight. So they've got to, even on a different leg, they've still got to watch out for Rotwell, because Rotwell had the right of way. North Star, well, that was aggressive, but a beautifully executed manoeuvre. And Los Gallos, well, it's been a pretty perfect race.
The story of this race so far for Group A was the start put on by Los Gallos, Spain, as they thread the needle between France and the Bons Flying Rouge. And now they are down to the penultimate leg as they're on leg 6 of 7. There'll be a right-hand turn, and then it's off to glory land as Los Gallos, the Spanish, looking very good as they approach the finish. And we've got some congestion coming up in this last gate.
Yeah, it's going to be really tight. We see the Los Gallos coming in.
And the Emirates winning moment in race number 1 on Super Sunday for Group A goes the way of the Spanish and Los Gallos.
Oh, so tight at the bottom there. Bons Flying Rouge just ahead of the Black Foils. Oh, the Black Foils were trying to dive inside. They will have asked the question whether they had space. It didn't seem like they quite did. And North Star Canada will listen to the home crowd.
So the Canadians bring it home with a solid second-place finish. The Bons Flying Rouge will hold on for third, and the Black Foils of New Zealand will grab fourth. That leaves France and Denmark still on the course. It looks like DS Team France will hold on for 5th.